Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, I am working on a 2011, I think it was an 11. Let me double check. Yes, 2011 Jeep Compass. Customer's complaint is a check engine light, but that's our only complaint. I'm gonna go over that in a second. So I hooked a scanner up to it, and it's got a P0420 code, cat efficiency code. I've explained this before. Whenever you get a cat efficiency code, anytime you're going to replace a catalytic converter on a car, replace the O2 sensors. If you're going to replace the cat, you're going to replace the O2s anyway. You don't want to have old O2 sensors in on a new cat, because it could affect it. Like if an O2 sensor is reacting slow or whatever, you could wind up ruining a new cat. I would never put a cat on without putting 2 new O2 sensors in it. In a situation like this, what I would do is I would put 2 new O2 sensors in it first and see if that straightens out the problems. 75% of the time, that'll fix your problem. Putting 2 new O2 sensors in it, upstream and downstream. This is a single one. This has what they call a maniverter, catalytic converter in the manifold. At least I'm 99% sure. I've done quite a few of these in the dealership. They're a little bit of a pain in the patootie to do, but I've done a number of them. Yeah, so anyway, here, let me just show you the scanner real quick. So I got the scanner hooked up, and we have a P0420 in there. There's no other codes in the system. I did do a complete scan of everything, and I found absolutely nothing. Freeze frame data, let's just see what we have, if it shows anything worthwhile. See here, you can see all sorts of good information as to what happened. What's freeze frame? Freeze frame is when did the code set? Like what was going on with the vehicle when the code set. So sometimes you can look at this and say, oh, all right, actually back up one. See, almost 2100 RPM. Oops. Let's see, anything else worthwhile here? Since mill on. There's the mileage that the PCM is reading, 188,235, 189,278. You know, I've never found where they are exactly the same. But that's good information to look at, especially if you're chasing a problem and you don't know, you're just trying to figure something out. Sometimes it's good to see information like that because you could try to duplicate it while you're driving. Duplicate certain parameters and stuff like that, like mile an hour, stuff like that. If it shows it, may not show it. But yeah, anyway, so let's go under the hood with this thing. Here, I got an extension cable on here. Got that from brother Glenn. Thank you so much, Glenn. I appreciate it. Let's go underneath the hood here. I didn't even open it up yet. All right. There's our little 2.4. These are pretty durable little motors. Never really had too much of an issue with these, unless they were horribly maintained. As you see, that upstream O2 sensor looks like it's an original. Doesn't look like it's ever been changed. So yeah, we're going to start with replacing 2 O2 sensors. May not have us do it right now, but that's something I'm going to recommend. Now, whenever you get a car in, unless it's your own car, but if you have a customer's car in, check the car out, give it a good look over. And I'm not saying that for you to upsell, like a brake fluid flush and stuff like that. I'm not into that stuff. I'm into, let's look the car over and see if there's anything else that the car is going to need. Do you have cords coming through a tire? Do you have a tie rod falling out, a ball joint that's going bad? Do you have a wheel bearing going bad? A safety related issue. Always look a car over. You want everything to be safe, because you've got to remember something too. You have a car that's unsafe, you're also on the road. Your family's also on the road with somebody else that has an unsafe car. Give it a good look over. Let me get this thing up in the air and we're going to give it a quick check. All right, so we are up in the air. In case you hear me breathing heavily and stuff like that, I had lung issues for many years. I had something called sarcoidosis, which affected my lungs pretty dramatically. And then being sick with this upper respiratory infection and stuff, it's really kicked my tail in regards to it. So if you hear me breathing heavy, that's why. So here we are underneath. If you look, here's the downstream O2 sensor. The cat maniverter up there, they're pain in the neck to change, especially this one being an all-wheel drive. Now, in terms of what I said, check the vehicle over. Okay, there's a tie rod falling out. So that's one thing. The other thing, and I heard this driving, is this. Let me see if you can see this. See the brake. This wheel bearing is absolutely falling out. Look at the axle maybe. It's terrible. So it's, you know, this is the reason. Now, yeah, look right where the rotor is. I'm sorry, right in there. That's the reason you put vehicles up in the air if you have a lift, or you at least give them a good look over. Look at the tires, look at the brakes, you know, look at the wheel bearings, stuff like that. You want to give it a good look over just to see what's going on. So that's my whole point behind this. Look at the belts. Look at the lights. Make sure the person going down the road is safe, because if they're safe, you're safe. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. Just a quick video on checking stuff out. All right, that's pretty much it. Hope you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you're good, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.